Well, hello everyone and welcome to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me this evening to check out and see what my updates are. As you can tell by the thumbnail, I have a little update on my sister and I's trip to Jefferson, Texas, and I have some quilting updates. So, first thing, let me get into my Jefferson trip. A little bit about that trip. Well, I'm just going ahead. How is everybody doing? I hope you had a fabulous weekend. So now I'm going to get into our Jefferson, Texas trip. My sister and I try to take a trip at least once a year. We take small, like weekend trips that are at least 3 hours away. We like to be away from the house so we can decompress, just kind of unplug and relax. We spend a weekend cross-stitching, sightseeing, shopping, just relaxing overall. And I'm going to show you some of my finds that I got this weekend on our trip to Jefferson, Texas. Well, on the way to Jefferson, we stopped at a little place called Gap Farms. It's in Arcadia, Louisiana. And they have just a lot of little knickknacks, unique things. One of the things we got, I did not bring because my sister purchased it. And it's all gone. It's food. We like to try different foods, different drinks, snacks. So, one of the things that I got is a BAI, Bay. You can find them in the grocery store. I didn't know it. I've never looked at them. They are sugar-free. I got I don't know, pineapple, mango, I don't know what it was, but it was really delicious. But the next thing I got is called the original Bob's Pickle Potion number 9. They call it a sport drink. Y'all, this is what it is. When I purchased it, I was sipping on it when my sister came. This is my second one. This is not the one I was sipping on. There's a little story to that. I was sipping on one when my sister came out to the truck and she thought I had done bought an alcoholic beverage. I was driving, so there was definitely no alcohol involved with this trip. But this is actually tastes just like dill pickle juice. It's delicious, very refreshing. That first bottle was drank before I got out of the parking lot. It does I'd like to drink pickle juice. Number one, sugar-free. It has electrolytes in it. It does keep you from having leg cramps and stuff like that. And I knew we were going to be doing a lot of walking, so I got one and I drank it all before we got out of the parking lot. It was that good. So on our way back home, I stopped and got 2 more. My grandbaby tried the other one, so it's not in here. It's already open. The other thing I got on YouTube, I watch a creator called Stale Cracker. He's a Cajun from down South Louisiana. He has created a blend called Cajun Two-Step. He's got one called the Holy Trinity and then just the Cajun Two-Step. And this is the Cajun Two-Step seasoning. You can order these online, but I didn't know. I wanted to read all the ingredients in it. And I think it does have like MSG in it. Yeah, it does. It's got sugar and MSG, so I won't use a lot of this. But I wanted to try just a little bit of it. And it won't be used very often. Let's just put it like that. And the next thing I got is called the Holy Trinity by the Cajun Two-Step. Now, y'all know what the Holy Trinity is, or in Louisiana, the Holy Trinity is onion, celery, and I think bell pepper. Yeah. Onion, bell pepper, and celery. Well, this is a powdered form of that Holy Trinity. Just a good seasoning. I'm going to check and see. No, this one does not have MSG in it. My sister cannot eat MSG because it makes her swell real bad, so we stay away from that. Now, the next thing that we found, now my sister had these before and she told me about them. We try to eat things that don't have potatoes, don't have sugar. You know, we try to stay away from things that will cause our blood sugar to raise, because that's something that we are fighting in with me, and she's trying to stay off of medication, and I am currently on medication for diabetes, and my diabetes was onset in 2021 after I had the big C, and I mean, it was just like quick onset, nothing worked right, so we're trying to fix it. And I love potato chips. I mean, just a regular Lay's potato chip. Oh, I could eat the whole bag. I love potato chips. But we don't eat seed oils or anything like that. But we did find these. She had tried these before, but they weren't the Himalayan pink salt ones. And I'm going to read you what's in it. Antibiotic-free chicken breast, native tapioca starch, high oleic sunflower oil, and our safflower oil. Now, that's the only thing in this package that really leaves me concerned, but it's not a lot, so I'm not going to let it bother me. Egg whites, chicken bone broth, modified tapioca starch, and it had Himalayan pink salt, sea salt, sodium citrate. Okay. And let's see, I'm trying to see. So this is a chip made out of chicken skins. It is delicious, y'all. My sister had got a bag of these on our way to Jefferson, and she opened them, and I tried one. They taste just like a Pringles. Delicious. And for the carbs, there's 8 carbs and 2 fibers and less than 1 gram of sugar. So, and this bag is 2 servings. That's a good size bag. I mean, there's 2 servings in that bag. So that is good. Now, this last thing, no, it's not good for my sugar, but my grandbaby loves this stuff. I'd never heard of it. My sister had heard of it. She got some, her and her husband got some, because her husband met us up there, and I'll tell y'all about that. But we got us some Nutty's white chocolate chip peanut butter. Oh my goodness. Now, this is going to be just a treat for me. I'll keep it in the fridge because I won't eat but maybe a spoon a week. Maybe. Because it does have sugar in it. It does have white chocolate chips in it, blended in there. So, on our trip when we went, we got an Airbnb about 15 minutes out of Jefferson on Pine of the Lake. I don't remember what it was called. It was a lake out there. We didn't see the water. I didn't know we weren't going to be able to see the water. But guys, that cabin was beautiful. There was a little baby deer in the backyard just with the zoomies running around a brush pile out there. It was so nice. And what we go for when we take a trip, we want to be somewhere private, secluded, with peace and quiet, just to decompress, disconnect, and just relax. That was the perfect place. It was amazing. Now, Saturday, we went into the old part of Jefferson, Texas, where the antique shops are and the food places are. There was a barbecue place there, and there's Red Bus Cupcakes, I think was one of the things we went to. But they had barbecue there. That is the best barbecue I've ever ate in my life. I don't remember the name of the barbecue place. It was right on the corner of the main street there in the old part of Jefferson. Fabulous. It was on a corner. Apparently it's a big deal. And because we were standing in line before it opened. And within 5 minutes of it opening, every table in the place was full. But that was the best brisket I have ever eaten in my whole life. So, let's get to our quilting updates. Well, if you've been watching my Finishing Fridays, this past Friday I did have a finish. I had my little bee quilt, my baby bee quilt. I know it's hard to see and I can't get back any further. So I had, I've had several people ask me about a pattern. I really didn't have a pattern. I just kind of made my strips with this, and I cut them in a particular way and then stacked them. I don't remember exactly how I did it either. I may have a video out there. If I do, it's going to be from last year. But this is one of my finishes. I did machine bind it for you guys Friday. And I had quilted it a while back. I just did I didn't do a crosshatch. I just did, it went crossways one way, and that was it. Something pretty simple, but it is a finish. It is out of my stack to be completed, and that's always a fun thing. I love it when I get something completely done. So on to my next thing that I completed. I have a quilt top that is complete. Y'all might have seen this in an update last week. But this is my Kitty Christmas, my disappearing 4-patch. I was looking at fabrics today to back this with, because I'm pretty certain that I am going to use a Minky or a Cuddle Soft, or maybe even a flannel if I can find the right flannel to do with this. I have had several people tell me about flannel, that if I choose to use flannel, to make sure to wash it before I, back with it or use it in a quilt, because it does shrink at a different rate. It shrinks more than the cotton does. But that is my Kitty Christmas disappearing 4-patch quilt. We did get that one done. We will be working on backing that quilt also. And I have another quilt that I worked on as well this week. I didn't get very far with it. But the quilt, and y'all, I'm just going to show you in my box. Look how bad that is. It's just thrown in there. I'm going to have to press it all out anyway before I go cutting. But this is my Jelly Roll Irish chain. This is what it's going to look like. And I do have quite a few pieces done. They alternate with a print, a white and a print, and then I have a white print white. Right here, you'll see where I have a lot of them sewed up. They're, I'm just trimming right now. I've sewed 2 pieces and I need to sew the 3rd piece on. And then I'll start assembling. But right now, that is about the only quilt that I have 2 quilts currently going. So this is the Jelly Roll Irish chain that I will be working on. Hopefully some more this week. Something else. Oh, look at there. Didn't put my pattern up. Something else that I hope to be working on this week is my Cotton Cuts Wild West. My Clue 3 came out the same day that I left. So I have not worked on that. I will be grabbing my pieces out, and I hopefully will be working on that this week. Along with, I have not cut this one out yet, so I'm not working on that one yet. I do have my Creative Notions Presley's Dream that I'm hoping to work on as well this week. And when I say work on, I don't mean work on daily. I mean maybe work on an hour a week. I like to keep my projects, I like to keep enough projects so I don't get bored with one, so I can pull it at least once a week and I'll work on it. And I get at least an hour done every week on all my projects most of the time. So another project that I have that I need to cut fabrics on is my Poppy Cotton Country Blessings. I am still needing to do, it's going to be easier if I show you like this. The stars and the chicken, and then I'll be picking up the fabric for the XOX this week, because this is the first week. This will be the first week of October. Oh, yeah. I got to get that Presley's Dream done, because if I don't, I won't be in the running to win the prizes with Creative Notions. And we all know I want that Martelli roundabout. That's the second prize. I don't need a trolley. I have a trolley cart. I want that Martelli. So I'm shooting for the Martelli. Sometimes second place is good to be. But right now, as far as I can tell, these are all my projects that I currently have. I'm speaking too fast. I do not know if I will be working this project yet, or if I will be pulling fabrics for this. The project that I'm working on, I am going to be a pattern tester. And a lot of you know Miss Andrea by the name of Mama J. I will be testing her Christmas gnome pattern. I'm going to just kind of show you the picture. I'm turning it where there's no... This is going to be the Christmas gnome. I am going to be testing out her pattern for her. I will be hopefully picking my colors this week to start on this. And I will bring you guys along. There will be no measurements shown, no pattern shown. You will just be able to see me sewing. And on my machine, if my machine light is on, you're not really able to see on my machine top. I am in the process of getting another setup to where I can cut that light off, but I can still see, because that's a problem for me. I can't see. If I cut my machine light off, I don't have a light that shines down so y'all can see. But I'm working on that, and I'm hoping to have a new setup for that specifically probably within the next month. So guys, just hang in there with me. I'm working on it. Being a YouTube creator is definitely a process. When I was brand new, I was trying to learn sounds. I am not a technical person at all. I still record on my cell phone. My other setup will probably be with my tablet setup, so I may be able to do split screen. I'm not sure. I'm still in the process of trying to learn how to do that, because that's just not my forte. It just really is not. And I'm trying to learn these things so I can bring you guys along so y'all can see it. So please bear with me. It is a huge learning process for me, because that's just not my skill set. I can work a computer all day long. I can work a sewing machine all day long, but when it comes to recording and videoing and all that, that's just not my thing. So it is something I have to learn how to do. And if I know I have some of my viewers here with me that's been here since the beginning, thank you so much for hanging in there with me when the sound was horrible. The videoing was horrible. It was a learning process. I think I've come a long way since the beginning, but I hope you guys are still enjoying my videos, but I do hope to bring you guys along as I pattern test this. It's not going to be like a tutorial. You will just see me putting it together in rows, and then you will be able to see what it looks like once it gets all put together. So guys, this is my Jefferson, Texas update. My sister's trip and we cross-stitched y'all almost all weekend. I will have to bring you, I say almost all weekend. We were back at the cabin most evenings by 2 o'clock in the evening, maybe 3. We only went out and ate that first night, that Friday night, but everything after that, past lunchtime, we were back in the cabin and we got comfortable and cross-stitched and watched movies. We had a blast. But these are my cross-stitch, my quilting updates, my trip updates, and things to come. And guys, if you have not yet, please give me a thumbs up. It does help my channel. And leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Goodbye.